What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this slightly different Wilderness Mysteries episode. First of all, I want to say I do apologize to you guys that it's been a while since I've posted a Wilderness Mysteries video. For those of you who do know me or know my situation with my health, I've been trying to get my health in order. And truth be told, to be completely transparent with you guys, I don't involve my political views on this channel, because that's not what this is about. But I've been heavily involved in my other channel, which is actually way more simpler. It's something kind of like this platform, where I just, I do my videos on, talk about whatever topic, and then, the editing is really simple. It's really simple. There's a lot of work that goes into my Wilderness Mysteries videos with the editing and getting the footage that I need and the research on the case or cases, because I care about the quality that I bring to you guys. And as I do YouTube, I should get better. My videos will get better as I do YouTube, and because it wasn't all that long ago that I just started Wilderness Mysteries, like last year before, so being a content creator is a learning experience. It's a learning experience, and you learn as you go. You're going to make mistakes along the way. You're going to find out better ways to do your videos, do your research, stuff like that. So I want to say thank you for your patience, my subscribers. Happy New Year, 2021, New Year. Getting my health in order is going to be my top priority, I'm also going to make it my priority to keep doing Wilderness Mysteries. I am planning on giving Wilderness Mysteries its own channel. I have Mr. Nighttime channel that I started, for those kind of stories, like a little on the horror side, or like it's more. A lot of that's going to be a lot of fiction mixed in with maybe some true stuff. Mr. Nighttime is a character that I created and am developing. So if you guys, you guys might like that kind of stuff. I did the one on the truck driver and the camper, so. But guys, this video is, doing this video here because I was just sitting here, and I have moments where I talk things out, stuff in my head. I say it out loud, and I usually do that when I'm by myself naturally. But I was thinking, I've been watching Can-Am Missing, Dave Pilates, and thank God for Dave Pilates, man. Shout out to Dave Pilates, Missing 411. He is the reason that a lot of these cases are of people, this unusual strangeness of disappearances in our national parks and elsewhere, are being brought to the forefront because of Dave Pilates and his tireless work and bringing these cases forward and giving names to these people, these victims who have gone missing. These are people with family and loved ones, and as you guys notice in each of my videos, I try to pay respect to these people and their families. My heart goes out to them, because for these people, a lot of these people, their loved ones have never been found. So this is it's real stuff, man. And when you're doing content on these things that are real cases, you have to you gotta give respect to those people that you're doing the content on, you know, and I try to do that. In particular, Dave Pilates, you know, I in no way, shape, or form would ever try to steal anything that he does, any of his work. All I'm doing is just getting it out there, being one of the people to take some of the stories, some of the cases, and I have the book, the Hunters, Missing 411, the Hunters, and I'm going to get all the other books too, but the Hunters in particular strikes home with me because my granddaddy and I used to hunt, and hunters, you know, it's really unusual. Hunters are armed and experienced and know the woods, and for these people to go missing under some of the circumstances that they have gone missing under it's bizarre, it's frightening, it's just absolutely crazy. But we're going to get into a little bit of that. Here's my thing. Oh, and by the way, please follow Dave Pilates on YouTube, Can-Am Missing 411. If y'all have not subscribed, please go. I recommend you do it, man. Dave Pilates, great guy, man. Dave Pilates is awesome. I mean, I love following his channel. I love watching him talking about different cases, and it's and I was thinking about this, and I said, you know, let me do a video, just, you know, just on my thoughts about some of the comments that have come up in some of the videos, which it's amazing. My videos have gotten, Wilderness Mysteries have gotten a lot of comments, a lot of views, and I'm going back to some of the comments because I haven't gotten notifications about all the comments. So I'm going back to some of the older videos and commenting on some of the stuff that people have said. And that was probably a year ago, you know, almost 2 years for some of them. And I want to address a couple of things. So let's talk about the obvious, the elephant in the room. The strangeness of these cases and how some people would want to criticize Mr. Pilates and say that he's leaning towards a certain way of thinking and he's not looking at the obvious and, oh, it must be this, it must be that. Well, I agree with Mr. Pilates when he points out that most of the people who would say those things have not read any of his books. But I understood, see, even before I got the book, I understood some important things. I've listened to his interviews, but I know that's nothing like reading the book. And it's not. The book, reading the book gives you a way bigger picture of what's really going on with these cases. I have always been an open-minded person. I've always been one of those people who I'm a believer more than a skeptic, and I'm a believer because I believe that in this vast universe that God created, there are a lot of unknowns that we just don't know. So therefore, how can someone tell you or tell me that something's impossible? Oh, that doesn't exist. Oh, that's just, you know, like with Bigfoot and extraterrestrials, and you know, people will ridicule you, call you crazy. And why? Why do you have to be crazy because you believe in the possibility of the fact that maybe these creatures exist, right? Now, what I've asked someone is, how can you be so sure that they don't exist? You can't prove they don't. The same way I can't walk up to a Bigfoot and bring Bigfoot. I can talk about the video evidence, compelling videos, and Dave Pilates with the DNA, Bigfoot DNA, that he uncovered and made public um, with extraterrestrials. I mean, the evidence I feel is overwhelming that we have been visited by extraterrestrials for thousands of years throughout human history. There's no way that ancient people would be able to draw modern spacecraft. The Mayan Indians, for example, they had little trinkets that shaped like conventional aircraft. When a German aerospace engineer actually built a flying model based on the exact build of one of those amulets, it flew perfectly. So I'm trying to figure out how the skeptics explain that. You see, like I told someone, you can no more say these things don't exist than I can say they do. You mean to tell me you're so certain that you've got the universe all figured out, like you just know everything that can exist and can't exist? But that's the society we live in, people, and we know that. We know how people are. They're ready to ridicule you and mock you, and that's why a lot of people don't come out and say anything. Now, with these cases, I've seen people in the comments section talking about, oh, well, it's got to be a serial killer, or it's got to be animal predation. It's an animal. You people are making more of it than it is. And when I read comments like that, my thing is, yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, everybody's entitled to opinion, no matter they agree or not. It's okay. You're entitled to think and feel however you want to. But here's the thing. After having read these cases that I've read, and it's just the hunters, right? You tell me, how does someone's tracks just stop? How are tracking dogs not able to pick up a scent? Or they pick up a scent to the point where the person's tracks stop and the dogs no longer have a scent? How is that possible? How is it possible that an old man, an 80-year-old man in poor health, can just up and walk out of a forest and disappear, massive search for days, weeks, and this man is never found? A man who could barely walk, and you mean to tell me that, he just wandered off somewhere, right? In one case in particular, this man wasn't a hunter, but he was a quartz hunter, looking for quartz. Dr. Mintz, that case. I covered that in one of my first episodes of Wilderness Mysteries. One of my first or second. Bart Slyer was the first one, but it was one of my first few episodes. Dr. Mintz, this man's in his 80s, poor health, very bad health. Required his close personal friend, to get him down the embankment and down into the woods so they could go quartz hunting. So it was impossible for this man to be able to just pick up on his own and just leave. But Dr. Metz vanished, disappeared. No one's seen him. There are lots of cases where people go missing and it defies logic. And the thing about it is, most people don't want their mind to go in the places that are scary for your mind to go in. Because if you really think about it, when all of the logical explanations are gone out the window, what else is there? You see, I told someone in my church one time, I said, science is the explanation of the universe that God created. right? Believe what you wish. So my thing is, these people didn't just walk on their own. In the case of Christopher Tompkins, some people want to say, oh, well, you know, Christopher was off by the guys on his job. The guys on his job did it. Well, the case was investigated, and the men were exonerated because they did a thorough investigation and found that they had nothing to do with this young man's disappearance. They found him, they found his clothes snagged on a barbed wire fence, and his shoes 900 yards away, and the change in his pocket, some of it was on the road, as if something picked him up upside down and dragged him across the fence, or picked him up with such speed and ferocity that his clothes just couldn't hang on to his body. Now, to some people, that may sound far-fetched. They may want to say, oh, well, it was a helicopter. Helicopter picked him up. Well, when you're out in the wilderness, out in national parks, a helicopter close to the ground, especially one carrying people, is going to get noticed pretty quick. Just like the theory about, oh, there's drug dealers out in the Rocky Mountains, or out there. There may be drug dealers out there and smugglers, but guess what? You'd know if it was them. These people are not people that hide their track and just, just be scared or whatever. I mean, they're not. They're not. So it's like, man, you have to understand that you have to understand what's going on here, people. So I mean, let's face it, if a person, an 80-year-old man, disappears, search and rescue, looking for this man for weeks, and can't find him, and they've never found him. So I don't get why it's so hard for people to look at facts and then be astonished and like, okay, the fact is, you cross out one thing at a time until you come back to square one, and it's like, well, how'd that happen? How'd that happen? I believe that with this whole thing, I believe there are entities involved. Like, there may be just one big entity controlling all the other entities. And I don't know, just my way of thinking. I will say that I believe that this phenomenon is way bigger than we knew. And I don't know. It boggles the mind. It blows the mind. This stuff is frightening, creepy, scary, fascinating, all at once. And I wished I could do a science expedition out there one day. Maybe I will. I already got a couple of volunteers ready to go. So, anyway, guys, on that note, I just want to say a few words. On that note, y'all be safe and keep the noise down. Yeah, and remember something. You are a victor, not a victim. I also said it on my other channel. So please make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I believe some monkey business going on with the description, with the bell, notification bell. Could be wrong, but hey, because sometimes you get People get unsubscribed for no reason. I mean, it happens. So all I'm saying is just double check, make sure you've done all that, and I will see you guys later.